Wow, well, folks, good evening. Good evening to all of you. Good evening if anyone is here with me tonight. I suspect you might be alone. Okay, I see maybe 9 of you here tonight. Welcome already. Let me say welcome to all of you. We should have an interesting moment. I call it a moment. It should not be a full show, but just some time to discuss a few matters with you, and then, of course, um, to bid you farewell for the night. But first of all, welcome. I'm just starting, and I'm talking about farewell. Imagine, eh? Well, I want to start off with a little bit of, you know what, Jinping music. Of course, we are in that mood and in that season, right? Even if it's a bit low key this year, let's take a little bit of that Jinping, sweet Jinping music, the traditional Creole music of Dominica. We know we can do all sorts of dances on this. So welcome. Ask somebody else to come along and be part of what we're about to do tonight. Yeah, so today is what? Journée Creole. Mwen ka souhaite ki zo pale Creole jodi. Tout domniche. All right. Bonsoir tout le monde. Bonsoir. Bienvenue. Bienvenue à programme nous en soir, programme qui est Virtual Community Dialogue. En place là, nous allons parler contre pays nous, mais spécialement contre communauté nous qui Guatas pour autant de nous, mais même si vous pas à rester à Guatas, mais ou c'est Dominicain, et bien, une fois nous allons parler contre différentes places. C'est pas seulement Guatas, mais moi, Guatas, eh bien, autant bagay mon fait, c'est pour promoter ça qui bien, ça qui a fait à Porcy ou à Guatas. Eh bien, bitin qui pas bien fait tout bien, nous avons parlé contre yo parce que nous avons qui you can venir plus meilleur. I hope you can understand what I'm saying. I hope you can speak a little Creole. So good night, bonsoir. Invite your Dortmund, invite somebody else. Dio bienvenue, tell them welcome. Welcome to our virtual community dialogue for tonight. As I said, we're playing a little bit of Jinping music there in the background. And it's not my music, I didn't play, but it's Dominica's traditional, some of our traditional music was called Creole music. So today is Creole Day, and it's almost winding down, of course, as we know. But throughout the island, I saw when I was on my way to work and at work, I saw lots of people dressed quite nicely. People were very proud to be on the streets in their wear. I wondered where people were going. It was really, really rainy. It was dark and sometimes it was windy. But people were out and about. The traffic line from Mao all the way to Roseau was crazy. It was I wondered what was happening, and then it struck me, hey, it's close to month end, or it's like month end anyway for people, and so people were about doing their business and so on. So yeah, there was a lot of people all along our streets today. Yes, as our Jinping music ended here, I'm gonna end it for now. Yes, so that we can just have a little bit of rapport. If you're here with me, let me know that you're there. Say hello, say hi. I can see 11 people from where I am. Of course, there are other I'm streaming here tonight on YouTube as well as on Facebook on my influences, my page, as well as on my personal Facebook page, C-Sport. So I'm hoping that if you're here tonight, you can tell me that you are here. I must tell you, first of all, off the bat, tonight we're supposed to have a guest in the person of the elected mayor for the town of Portsmouth, for the mayor-elect for the town of Portsmouth, but Wisdom said that we should wait until the official ceremony occurs, which is scheduled for Monday. Monday, there will be the inauguration of the new Portsmouth Town Council. Hey, good night, Popta. How are you doing? Thank you for letting me know that you're here. And now I feel like I have somebody with me. I'm feeling a little alone. I'm not lying to tell you because I am not seeing the folks saying hello, good night. So thanks for that, Judy. Nice to know that you're with me tonight. And I know there are other people, because I see about 14, but only you say good night tonight. So thank you very much. I won't be long tonight, but I wanted to make sure that I face off with you to let you know that this program is meant to continue. Hi, Trace. Welcome, welcome, welcome. From, I hope that you're keeping warm wherever you are, Tracy. I heard some people say it's cold. Hey, Marvin, bonjour, Creole. I know, peut-être habillé à Creole aujourd'hui. You may be dressed up in your Creole clothes today, for sure. Yes, a number of you. All right. So, bonsoir, bienvenue. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Thanks for saying good night. I thought I was alone, as I said. All right. So, I was saying to you that I want you guys to know that I'm very serious about this program. I don't intend to just drop it like a hot potato. I know it started, you could say, maybe by default, where we were all locked in, and we just wanted to do something to keep folks connected, and decided to do that. But I want to ensure that it continues. Last week, we could not have a program because as you know, I'm also a praise and worship leader, and sometimes I'm called to go to other places to lead praise and worship for different church events and other things of that sort. Sometimes people ask me to come and give a talk, come and speak at their church or at their functions. So that's really why I was out last week doing the business of the Lord. Okay, so that I tend to give precedence over other things. So I hope you understand. So tonight, initially, maybe some of you may have seen the first promo or the first flyer that I had, where I was promoting that I will be speaking tonight with the mayor-elect. Unfortunately, we decided that, well, she informed me rather that after discussing with a few people, it was decided that it's best to wait until the inauguration. So I want to respect that and hope that next week, or mayor then, who will be inaugurated officially on Monday, will come and join us and will share with you and me and us her plans, her vision, and what she hopes to see happen in our town. But in the meantime, what I would hope is that some of you who are here tonight, and the other folks who might be watching elsewhere, can maybe start sharing some of your thoughts and ideas on what it is that you would like the mayor to be concentrated on for the town, for the community, because I personally pray that it's not going to be like the same old, but that there will be some new energy. It's a new person. If this person ends up being the mayor for true, we know and we expect some new energy, new ideas, some engagement as well. That's one of my desires, to see some engagement from the council with the community on a larger scale. Okay, so that's just me throwing that out there. But that's the reason why she's not with us tonight. But I still felt it was necessary. Unfortunately, I only found out that she cannot make it this morning. So I was left like this, like, okay, what do I do? So I thought I would just come here and talk with you a little bit and engage with you a little bit. Yes. Marvin, I see you say that you were radiant in your Creole outfit today. I am sure you will. And probably you had a lot of people asking a lot of questions. Why are you dressed like that? What's happening? And you were able to sell Dominica to them. Yes. So good night to you, Rubes Hyacinth James. I see you. Good night. Yes, of course, you're sending love to us from Miami. It's good to have you as well. Join us. Hope you were able to have something Creole today. Maybe if not the outfit, maybe a meal, something Creole. Qui ça ont mangé joli? Hein? Moi-même, moi, pas manger kwab, moi, manger kwab kalalou, moi, manger crayfish, c'est bagay ça là, parce que moi, j'ai tapé allergies, moi, connais ça qui allergies à Creole. So I could not eat those things, so I had to eat quite normal food. Mais moi content pour saison salade parce que nous avons mangé tout qualité manger bon. À Dominique, merci bon Dieu pour ça y nous. Après Maria, peut-être moun que nous pratiquer fait, nous pratiquer lever, mais 3 l'année après nous still café au bon bagay. Happy Creole night and welcome, welcome, welcome. So yes, so that's the deal. As I said to you guys tonight, that I do not have Carrie as my guest tonight, but I'm just here with you for a little while, just to share with you some of my thoughts and ideas, and to hear from you hopefully as well. Yes, and I see you had your delicious crab kalaloo. I'm sure, I hope, maybe, or was it pilau with crab? I used to like crab pilau when I was younger. I could eat crab before, but no, I can't. For some reason, I spent what 3.5 years in the United States, came back home, and my whole system changed. I could not eat crab. I couldn't drink our own water from the tap anymore like this. So there are lots of things that just changed. I don't know what happened between there and here, but God knows. So anyway, enjoy your crab, enjoy the foods that some of us can't enjoy, of course. All right. So I was saying though, and I want to ask you rather tonight. So I welcome you already. I want to express happy independence to you and your families and your loved ones. Those of you outside in other parts of the world, I don't like that other word that they used to describe you, so I'm not going to say it. But I want to extend the heartfelt happy independence when it comes on the 3rd of November. Of course, today was not our independence, it was just our Journée Creole. So some of us had something Creole on us. I didn't take the time to wear my whole dress. I felt it was too much today and the weather just was depressing and all that. So I didn't feel it. So tonight, I'm hoping that I can feel better and make you feel better. So I wore my flag because I feel as if when I see the flag with its lovely colors and everything, it lifts up my spirit, right? So, and it's for you as well. I'm wearing this for you and for me, reminding us of who we are, a people from a lovely nation, a lovely island, a lovely culture. Now, my friends, for the past months, I hosted this program, as I said, and I think it's about 3 months now. And various topics and programs will explore various topics or various subject matters were explored over the past 3 months. And I must say that areas, for example, education, sports, entrepreneurship, even governance, because we spoke with some people who were offering themselves to go up for the council election. We looked at sports. We also looked at matters of health and well-being, vocational and skills development, youth development. A number of subject areas were touched over the past 3 months when I sat here and brought that to you. One of the highlights in my view was the last program that we held, and that was with Dr. Gregory Vidal, our own Greg from Portsmouth. And he was really, really open and shared a number of things that his research reveals to him, as he's an oncologist, but also he does research in that regard. And so you can find all these virtual community dialogues. You can still find them tonight or anytime thereafter on my YouTube channel if you missed any of them. The YouTube channel is Influences, which is the same name of my Facebook page as well, Instagram. Okay, Influences. So if you go there, Influences by C's Paul, you will be able to find some of those discussions. So we explored all of these topics. And going forward, I kind of want to hear from you guys what you think are some of the things we should focus on as it pertains to the community, maybe the country, etc. Truly, when I started this, it was truly to be fixated mainly on Portsmouth, because I feel like there is the need for that cohesiveness, for that community spirit to be lifted a bit. And so that is one of the reasons why I decided to do this program. But I'd like to hear from you guys what suggestions you would have to offer me to better this program. Also, maybe who are some of the people? I know the first time I came, I asked, and some of you did mention some people who have not yet brought on. I think within time that will happen. Some of them I have brought on, thankfully. So I would like to hear from you. Give me your thoughts if you would be so generous to do. What are some of the areas you'd like me to focus on? If you do, you can just type it in there. I will go back and grab all those things, or you can message me on 614-5975 with any suggestions or ideas that you have. I see Lenwolf Nicholas, you say, and welcome by the way, bro. You say, hope the new mayor will enforce the law for people to pay their property taxes. Yes, and that was a big discussion when I sat with the mayor, the then mayor of the town of Portsmouth. Well, he still is a mayor until we have a new mayor, as far as I know. Mayor Titus Francis is worshipped the mayor. I think that was one of the major areas that was discussed. A lot of talk went into the need for us as community members to pay our taxes. Also, when I spoke to Ashton Riviere, who was one of the nominee and who offered himself for the town council. Unfortunately, he did not win in his ward, but he too had quite a bit to offer. So I mean, okay, why? Okay, just guys, give me a minute, please. Let me talk to my mother. I don't know if it's urgent. Huh? Okay. Continue to protect for Okay. Okay, so Lady Joseph is on Facebook. So my mommy gave me her phone because obviously I'm trying not to be distracted by watching the phone and also talking to you because I want to kind of face off with you as well. But you might be here in this phone. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm trying to stop this. So I see some suggestions there. Night. Please ensure that you continue to promote the purpose of your next episode, as young people need to be more involved in town's activities. Okay, good. Thank you. I have one idea. I'd like the mayor to concentrate on the young people as it relates to employment and ambition. Most young people seem to feel like there is a gap between leadership and youth. Okay, so mommy, there's your phone. You can come and get it. Sorry. Thank you. Mommy. Okay. No, I put your phone down for you. Please take it. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I don't have a person to help me apart from my mother, and she's not so tech savvy, and all of us are learning too. So that's really why she came and to share with me what Lady is saying. So one person who is not on YouTube, but is on the Facebook chat, she's suggesting that we focus on young people, particularly, especially the council, that the council pay more attention to the young people. And I think she too would like to see this platform offering more of a focus on the young people of our town. And I agree. I quite agree. As a matter of fact, I feel like that element is one of the areas that I want to delve deeply into, because I think our young people need more of a voice, and there are lots of great things happening with a lot of our young people, but there are also some challenges and some difficulties. Now, with the new mayor being a young woman, I am hoping and praying that she will place a lot of emphasis on, and I know their role is not youth development, but the point is young people can make a very strong and meaningful contribution to the development of the community, right? I see here Safari Apartments. Anne, I see you say mental health. I agree, and you're suggesting Dr. Wallace, who is also from Portsmouth, Nadia Wallace, who is also from Portsmouth. So certainly that will be one of the focus areas that I will explore. I think we do have quite a bit of that problem in our town, where a number of our young people fall prey to mental illness. And I know some people maybe feel like maybe that's not for them, mental illness. It's for one set of, no, it's not. It's actually anybody can get mentally ill, at some point. And so all of us know somebody, and even in our own families, some of us, we know at least one person who might be mentally ill. And so mental health is a big deal. And I agree with you, Anne, and I thank you for that suggestion. Okay, so I will look into that for sure. Tracy says, having worked alongside her in PYA, I know she's a hard worker. And I think she's referring there to the mayor-elect, that is Kerry Brady Prince. And she's saying, I'm looking forward to development, especially Benjamin's Park, youth development. Property taxes is vital as well. I'm not sure if garbage disposal is better now. Tracy, you took some of the points that I had. Particularly, I like the point about Benjamin's Park. Personally, being from Portsmouth, watching all guys play their sports on a regular, I personally think that not enough is being done for Benjamin's Park. I don't know by who, but I'm saying it, and I'm saying it openly. I believe we need to give more attention to the Benjamin's Park. Where the goalpost is, as a matter of fact, there is a major problem. Where the goalpost that faces the south, there is a major problem, because we have some big ants nests there, and the ants are very, very dangerous. So I don't know what can be done. Someone said there might be something being looked into to address that problem. But because we always have those little children, thanks, lady, thanks so much for coming via YouTube. I saw your point. My mommy shared it with me. So I was saying too that I'm hoping that somebody addresses that. We have children going through the park on a regular basis. Maybe a child might not know and go and sit on that heap, and the next thing we know, something terrible can happen with all these ants and that big ants as well, and they can really, really do havoc. So I like the part about giving some attention, and that's just one aspect. That's just the me talking about the goalposts. But what about this pavilions, places for people to sit, to be covered properly, and all of that? I think Benjamin's Park is the best park in Dominica, and the problem is it is underdeveloped. So it might take a lot of resources, some combination of different people coming together and or agencies to do this. But the point is we need it to happen, and we need that development. So I'm hoping that that can be done as well, be given some attention as well. All right. Also, I see, Tracy, you also spoke about you're not sure if garbage disposal is better now. Well, let me tell you, I think there is some improvement whereby every day, every Wednesday, sorry, in my area, for example, every Wednesday, the garbage truck passes, and I think they're quite constant or very steady with the days and so on that they come. So I believe in the other areas, they would be keeping their commitment. However, as it pertains to us and the way we treat garbage, I still think we can improve on that. I walk sometimes and I see garbage along key areas like the boulevard, the Michael Douglas Boulevard. And don't talk about Glenville, where people usually gather on Fridays and Sundays in droves. If you pass there tonight, you will see a lot of vehicles parked there. So those of you living here, you know exactly where I'm calling out. Sometimes in the morning on a Saturday, when I walk and I pass through there, I can tell you it is very unsightly. And I know that they have somebody probably cleaning and whatever, but it happens too late, in my view. If we had tourists coming very early along that area, and it's not for tourists, it's for all of us. But the point is, if we had tourists coming in or driving along that area on very early, that would be a major turnoff on their part, I'm sure. So we need to do better. I believe, and I'm using that area as an example because I believe that if we have garbage, if we have people, doing business in any area, there should be the requirement to have those bins in strategic areas, and if not bins, plastic garbage bags, whatever it is, in strategic areas, and people should be encouraged to, and even you can even have those little PAs, just a little PA in your business place. Every so often you play, please remember to throw your garbage in the bins provided. Please remember to wear your mask. Please remember to do this. Because I do have some concerns with that as well, which I will talk about very briefly in just a while. So as it pertains to the garbage, Tracy, I think we can do a lot better. And I think that is more of an individual responsibility whereby we will learn how not to just dump our garbage anywhere when we finish with it. Another thing I see is like a lot of masks, like used masks all over the place. Like you use the mask and after that you just dump it, the disposable mask, you just throw it on the road. I see bottles, like fellow people who drink their beers and the shandies and whatever and they will just take it and just dump it or leave it on the side of the road, leave it by Ross University there. I know it's not Ross University, but you understand. School of Medicine, Dominica School of Medicine. Right now, I see the sign up, so hopefully that is live coming there. But I'm saying we can do better. We can do better. If all of us take care of our garbage, keep it in our cars and wherever until we get home and put them in a bag or whatever, or keep our bags in our purses or in our vehicles or whatever we have, then that would really facilitate the taking care of the garbage disposal issue. Okay, so that is definitely a pertinent matter, Tris, and so I'm happy you raised it tonight. And that's my personal view. I get very, very frustrated when I see, and the other thing is most times when the people claim by that place up there, they don't go higher up towards where the neighbors of that business place. But what I find is that they just clean in from the area and all up because the patrons, when they come, the patrons go all the way up by the little lady, Miss Toofy up there, and you know, a little higher by Jackie's place, Jackie Robinson, garbage, Garrett, sorry, area. And you meet the garbage and the bottles and the plates and the this and the that all in that area. So I'm saying to the proprietors of those areas and wherever else in our town where you're doing business, that you should at least have bins and or bags in strategic areas in your business place and encourage on a regular basis your patrons to dump the garbage in those things. The other thing is, I think the council or whoever must have wardens passing those areas on a regular basis and, you know, start to prosecute people or start to charge. I don't know if I have the wrong word, but start to charge people for just dumping their stuff when they're in those places. Or maybe the business place has to get a little bit of charge too, even if they pay somebody after. But the dirtiness that you see on the road, it's really, really bad. I think we can do better, and people on a whole can do better in those public places. How do you take a drink or eat a chicken or eat a meal and you just take the plate and you just throw it on the ground? How do you feel doing that? I mean, is that how you treat your home? So I think we should do better. Jen, and I'm not here to preach, but I just thought that is an issue that I'm hoping the council can give some attention to, and the police and the health, environmental health people can give some attention to. So hi, Lady, thank you for that as well. I see Ruby, you say, I would like to see Christabel have better equipment. I agree, to help her keep the town clean. I would like to see her stop rolling the wheelbarrow. Okay, in terms of stop rolling the wheelbarrow, what would you suggest? What would you suggest that she be given? I know, like the PPEs, she's lacking that. So she has just her normal clothes on her. She has no vest, what you call it, the reflecting vest, or it's a PPE anyway, personal protective equipment. Maybe some helmet in case something falls, I don't know, on her head. Maybe some gloves as well. Whatever the other things that she needs, for sure. I do agree with you. And as you said that, Ruby, I passed by that same place a morning when I saw this young man. We call him a certain name. I'm not going to say it now because I don't put people on the spot. But he was actually cleaning that place. And he had no gloves. He had no shirt on him. And I stopped and I said, partner, you know you should have a shirt on you. You know you should have some gloves. You're just touching all these bottles and all these things with your hand. And now we have COVID and other things. You need to be careful, you know. But again, maybe he could have been given gloves and he chose not to wear it. I don't know. But these are the things we need to encourage people to be more cautious about, because it is all part of their protection, as well as as they do something noble to help us. So yes. So Ruby, you're saying that you think you would like to see her stop rolling the wheelbarrow. So what would you propose that should be done in terms of her, after gathering the garbage or the stuff on the road? What can be done to assist or to alleviate that aspect of it? I would love to hear your suggestion. Kareem, welcome, Kareem. I see you. You say, in regards to garbage disposal, we need to educate folks about compost waste that can be used for backyard gardening. I quite agree. Separation of garbage is important as well. Recycling item versus non-recycling items. You are very right. In the big countries, and maybe even in some of the islands in the region, we might actually get a greater emphasis on that. And it's something that I remember having discussions with some people about. I also remember that Mr. Malik Baptiste, at some point during his term on the council, the Portsmouth Town Council, went around in certain areas, and I think he helped a few people to set up compost waste, or whatever. I don't know, it's compost waste they call it, but anyway, to ways in which to form compost from their waste, and of course that went into backyard gardening and all of that. But as to whether that was or is being sustained, I don't think so. Yes, and the other thing is, Karim, maybe you will have to, you or one of us or somebody, come up with a business whereby you could specialize in making available the various types of bins for recycling, for those things that are recyclable and those things that are not. Who knows? Maybe the bins, it would be good to have those and to teach people how to use them, etc. So that's an idea, and I agree with that. We need it because it's maybe. I also think that the town is big enough if we have maybe a place where some maybe young people can be given the opportunity, can be trained on how to make compost, and then be given the opportunity to create a business from that and selling the compost to farmers and even homeowners who might not have the place, because all of us do not have the yard or the space or even the technical skill and the patience, etc., to make the compost. But if, for example, there is the knowledge that X person will pass and pick it up at X time, then maybe people will be more willing to separate the garbage. But definitely, that is a very good suggestion. And I'm hoping that it's something that can be given some attention. Lydie, you're saying another idea. I'd like to know the plans as it refers to bringing back the posse culture. Last point. Woo, touche. Touch my heart on that one. So many events that I remember being so vibrant are now almost being extinct, like Christmas lighting, etc. So very true. And even our culture. We know that Portsmouth had one of the best cultural groups in Dominica for a long time. And when Portsmouth danced the ballet, and when Alex Bruno would have, is his name Bruno? I hope so. When Alex would put his hand on the drum and beat that drum, and when his brother Alan would dance the ballet and his mother, etc., I mean, we knew the place was on fire. And we have lost a lot of our culture. And that's not the only culture, of course. We had some good carnival, the costume making, the big bobo head, and all these things that a lot of the children today do not know. Those Lapo Cabrit that was vibrant, and before carnival, you'd hear them passing around practicing, and you would get some very good Lapo Cabrit. All those things are missing, and we need to bring them back. One of the things, Lydie, I think, is that we always have issues with our organizations, the groups in the community. For some reason, they don't last as they should. Why? Plenty of reasons. I'm not going into the reasons. I don't know all the reasons, but I have heard of some. Okay, but one of the things, though, I believe is that when we have groups, while every group has a lifespan, if you do group dynamics, we will learn that every group is formed for a purpose. And one of the stages of group development is you have the forming, the storming, the norming, etc. And of course, after you have dissolving, where they end and so on. But the point is, some groups end not because that was just the time to end, but because some people may not have been as fair as they ought to be in handling the resources of groups. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened in groups in Portsmouth, but I'm saying you get the point, okay? So, now I'm not saying that's what happened to all cultural groups, by the way, because I don't know what happened, but I'm just telling you that one of the reasons is that all groups don't last as they should. And I think as a town, we have a lot of people who can contribute to group development and who probably are afraid. Some have been burnt, some feel skeptical, some say, me, I don't think people are business, some don't really have a taste for community, etc. But maybe it will take with the young people to bring back that sort of thing. Of course, we need the older heads to help to bring back the taste of the culture of Portsmouth for what it was. There could not have been a carnival and not have a calypso show, a queen show, a princess show. We had food, what do you call it? Eating competition. We had, I mean, I didn't like the eating competition, just so you know, that's just me. Hey, that's just me. But, you know, we used to have all those things, all mass and all these things. And that used to be like Portsmouth brand. And so I'm hoping that the council can genuinely look at reviving those cultures of all in one term, the posse culture, as you put it, going forward. And not just the council, but the council with us in the community to contribute. And those of you outside, you can make your contribution as well, okay? There are ways in which I'm sure you can give your support to make it happen. So good suggestions so far, folks. They're coming in. Marvin is saying, I am hoping the council will start back the recycling system so that the community people can get paid by the can get paid by the pound for bringing in bottles, paper, and cans. This will help the town to stay clean with a little encouragement of payment. Okay. I'm not sure how formalized that was, and I don't know how easy it is for that to happen, but I still think it's something that can be explored as you're suggesting. Um, Also, the point is, I still think in Dominica we need a stronger recycling program. I know there are some people who are recycling plastic on a very small scale and other things, but we need a bit more, a more aggressive, I would say, approach towards recycling in order to safeguard and protect our environment in the long term. So, good suggestion, Marvin. Lady is saying St. Peter's being a town activity as well. Yes, and then when Mr. Rosie Douglas, the late, came, he started calling it Fête Maouin, and that was the Feast of Mariners, or the Feast of Fishermen, right? So, yes, that is something as well. The thing is, though, St. Peter's is a feast that happens in different communities around Dominica, but the only true parish that is St. Peter's is those folks in Dubla, Bioche, and Collio. They are the St. Peter's people, truly. But for some reason, because we are fishermen in different parts of the island, all throughout the island, so there is that emphasis on having fishermen's feast. Okay, so good suggestion, and it's something that we should bring back, especially to celebrate our fishermen and to pray for them and to ensure that they know that we appreciate the work that they are doing in our country and in our community as well. Okay, Rubies or Rubes, you say, I've been looking on Amazon to see what I personally can get for her. I am not sure who you're referring to, Rubes. You can probably remind me. I am not sure who you're referring to if you're looking for something on Amazon for an individual, okay? So anyway, ladies also saying proper organizing of our carnival, etc. I'm not that old. I know you're not that old. Of course, I know you're not that. You're not old, period. You're not a lady, but I'm sure you have some knowledge of some of the things. And even if you don't know, we need to harness the knowledge that still exists. The mayor, the former mayor, Mr. Titus Francis, is very knowledgeable about a lot of those details that used to happen. And if you go back to the program that I had with him a few weeks ago, before we got down into council business, he certainly shared a little bit about himself and highlighted a number of those things about us in Portsmouth, his involvement in Carnival and other things of that nature. So you can go back and get some of that knowledge, and we all can, for sure. All right, if you're on Facebook and you put a comment and I don't see it, feel free to go on my YouTube channel, Influences, so that you can put your comment, and it will probably be easier for me to see it. Okay, I see Miss Parilaw, Miss Mary Parilaw. Good night to you. You have missed a lot, but who is the guest for tonight? What's the discussion? Okay, so Nurse, we were supposed to have the mayor-elect tonight, but we have decided to put her postpone to next week, Friday, God willing, when we formally have our mayor, and hopefully she will grace us with her presence as she has agreed to do so, and we will talk with her. So tonight what we're doing is discussing ideas, what you would like to see from the new council when it's inaugurated, so that we can have some of those dialogue with the mayor when the mayor comes, but also as us as a community, what are some of the things I can focus on as well on this program. So two elements, what you'd like to see the council do, and also what are your thoughts for this program? Okay. Oh yes, okay, Rubes. Thank you for that. You're talking about Christabel. It's true. We did talk about Christabel. I'm sorry. Okay, yes. So see what you can find for her. And I'm hoping truly that she can be given those PPEs. I really don't. I see her in the morning. I don't particularly like how she has to dress to go to work. I think it's not good enough. And especially now with COVID and all kind of sickness that is out there, it's important that we take care of our sanitary engineers, as they call them, or domestic engineers or sanitary engineers. Okay, so yeah, I am with you on that, and I'm hoping that that can be given some attention. Okay, any other suggestions for me tonight, for us, for the council, and also for this program? Yes, sorry you are late. Welcome, Patricia Thomas. Yes, we don't have a guest tonight. I am your guest, so I'm being your guest tonight. And we're just rapping a little bit about what you would like to see when the new council is inaugurated, what are some of the things you would like them to give some attention to? And also going forward, would you like to see me as the host of the virtual community dialogue focus on? I'm hoping some of you here will be my guest at some point, because I know that you all have something to contribute, and everybody here is indeed vital to the development of the town. So who knows? I might just write to you and say, hi, can you be a guest on my program? All right. I'm still hoping that one day a good citizen will come and say, hey, I will support, I want to sponsor one of your programs. I'm hoping some agency or business place will come and say, I would like to be a sponsor of this program, on a regular. I use internet. Maybe I need to go to Digicel or something because the internet I'm using to ask them to sponsor my program. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just saying. For now, it's just cease going through it, okay? And it would be nice to have a sponsor at some point. If you want to sponsor my program, any one of the programs coming up, maybe the one of the mayor or anyone later, feel free to message me at 614-5975, or you can send me a private message on Facebook or even on my YouTube channel as well, and on influences, and let me know. I'll be happy to have some level of sponsorship anyway. So we got some very good suggestions already tonight, I must say, and I'm hoping even if the mayor to be is not here with us tonight, but that the mayor is taking notes so that when we have our discussion, some of these could possibly be highlighted and there will be more answers ready for it. Okay, Ruth say, with all the posse people away, we need to have a posse group so we can help the community with a new mayor. We need to be proactive. That is my view too. I share that view. I remember suggesting that to one of our key leaders, but unfortunately that was not really given attention. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll have to do it. I don't know, maybe virtual community dialogue will have to start it off. But certainly we need to have a greater cohesion with those of you out there, a lot of you, and great resourceful people. Some of you are actually making your contributions quietly. I do know that, and that is very much appreciated. But I think there are lots more energy and a lot more, of course, of people who love to come home during Independence, Carnival, Christmas, and those things, who can band together for us to make a difference, okay? All right, Tracy is saying that she can contribute a safety vest for Christabel. I love that. Tracy is saying that she can contribute a safety vest. So Tracy, that's great. I want you can message me privately and we can find out what's the best way to get this, okay, to us, so that we can get it to Miss Christabel. I agree with you. She really does need a safety vest, a couple of them probably, so she can have one today, wash it, wear a new one tomorrow, clean one tomorrow, at least two. And also some gloves, maybe the hard rubber ones, and maybe those that she doesn't always have to throw them. She can wash it, maybe a couple of them, and wash them, okay? So that she can reuse the reusable ones. I think the disposable ones are good sometimes, but they burst and all of that. But if she has the reusable ones, that would be great as well. So yes, I agree. And she's not the only person, by the way, doing this. There is also Tessa, who cleans along the boulevard up in Picard on a regular basis every day. Well, most days when I pass, I see her. And so she too is somebody that can be considered. Thank you for that, Tracy. Looking forward to that. In terms of skill, okay, Nurse Parilla says, who is responsible for the Bedford Street? Is it central or local government? And what is the holdup? I have that question too. Now I'm hoping it's because we don't have a council functional yet. That is why that road is on a standstill. But I don't want to answer the question without having proper information. So that is a question, Nurse, that we will have to seek some answers for. But it certainly is a concern that all of us have as to why is it that street is on a hold up. The condition there is very bad and it needs some urgent attention. And might I add that when we leave Bedford Street, if we're going towards RDPS, Roosevelt Douglas Primary, there is a really, really bad road, Scott Street, I think it's called. Very bad road that goes and then intersects with Sandwich Street. I believe that street needs urgent attention as well. So thanks for asking that question, Nurse. I'm hoping we can get some answers. And furthermore, that street can get the attention it needs, or those streets rather, can get the attention they need in order to better the roads in the town. So that whole area needs some attention. So thanks for bringing that up as well, Miss. So we will ask the mayor. Hopefully the mayor will have some answers. I hope it's not too much for her and her team, but hopefully. So Tracy is going to contribute safety vests. Ms. Parilla says, hope when the council is inaugurated, this could be addressed promptly. I agree. Lady continues and she says, in terms of skill building, I'd like to know about the avenues to be created for the residents of Portsmouth, like the cake decorating, etc. Okay, what I do know, Lady, is that currently, right now, not as I speak, because now it's night, but there are three skills training modules happening. As a matter of fact, 5. Let me correct that. There are 5 skills training programs happening in the community. 3 of them are being run by the Youth Development Division. So we have woodwork, which is being taught by Mr. Martin James at his woodwork shop going up towards Grange. And we have about 8 trainees there. We have some who are not Dominicans, but they live in Dominica, and Haitians, and these guys are really serious about their training, along with some locals. So we have about 8 of them there. We have a training in hospitality arts. That hospitality arts module is being done in collaboration with CALS, and it is being held at the CALS facility, but it's being run by the Youth Development Division. It's our program. And our facilitator, the instructor rather, is Miss Heather Vidal. And I can tell you the richness of the information that the young people are being given. If they take it seriously, we will have some great hospitality arts personnel to add to our tourism industry going forward. And then we also have a computer literacy module that is happening right now as well at the CALS Center, but that is being run by the Youth Development Division. Now it's being run there because we don't have a facility of our own. That's the Youth Division. I say we because I work at the Youth Division. Currently, my acting post is Assistant Chief Youth Development Officer. Generally, my boss is on leave now, so I am deputizing as officer in charge. But the point is, so I say we for that matter. So we are offering these 3 trainings, and we have a number of young people currently following these trainings. CALS itself has 2 trainings as well that are ongoing. They have one in agriculture, I think, and the other in fishing, I think. So there are programs. Now, adult education also offers some training programs. I must tell you, unfortunately, sometimes it's very challenging to get the very young people that you're referring to come and buy into some of those programs. But once they do, they realize that there are lots of benefits for it. So like you, I believe in skills building, and it's something that we want to continue to promote in the town. We continue to explore employment opportunities for young people, and that is certainly something on priority list for the Youth Division where I work. And I know for sure adult education also offers some of those trainings. Okay, so that is definitely good. Don't forget we do have academics, which is a tertiary level institution, but they too offer some technical skills as well at CAPE level, and who knows, maybe they will evolve into a higher level coming very soon. All right, boy, I can talk. Me Bali. Okay, so Lady, there are people who have skills that others can also benefit from, and the proper marketing for the skill building classes are needed for public awareness. Agreed. People need to market themselves, and I hope that some folks will take advantage of this program and come on board and share with people what they are doing. Interestingly, I've extended invitation to some people who have not bought into the idea. Maybe I don't have a name, maybe my it's just more, it's just sees, nobody knows her. So that's okay. So they don't buy into it. I know the radio where everybody listen to, so they don't care to come on my little program. But that's all right. I'm still arms wide open if they would like to accept the invitation. Arms wide open for them to come and sell their ideas and what they're doing with folks out there. So I'm open to that. Um, welcome. With the modules, they can partner with businesses to give added incentive. For example, the top 2 students receive minor internships, even though it may be a month or so. But lady, to be honest with you, I want you to know that at the youth division, one of the things that we do in every single one of our training programs is that we seek what is called job placements or attachments. And in your case, you say internship for our trainees, as long as they qualify, meaning they would have had to meet a certain level, a certain proportion of the training, and of course the skills that we expect them to develop, and they are given the opportunity to go out there. So we partner a lot with the public and private sector in order to give our young people an opportunity for them to get 2 months. We always ask for 2 months job placement. In some cases, these young people are kept and they get jobs for long term. In other cases, some might say, okay, I can keep them for another 2 months and then they will have to get a job elsewhere and so on. But yes, we do that. And I know calls as well does that. So it is really an aspect of the training that we offer. But certainly, we would like more private citizens to come on board and offer the young people those opportunities, not just in Portsmouth, by the way, throughout the island, to give young people those opportunities. Yeah, very good suggestions. Marvin is saying, I second that. Please inbox me. Would love to do this. Okay, Marvin, who are you asking to inbox you? Please let me know. Or if it's me or if it's Tracy, just feel free to send me a message as well, you know, whichever way, okay? So I can tell you guys how we can dialogue on how best to get these things to our people in the town who need them. Okay, so I'm willing to try to be a conduit in that regard to facilitate that. So very good suggestions from you all tonight. I really appreciate the dialogue. I was a bit worried tonight that nobody would be talking with me, and you guys have such brilliant ideas, so many suggestions, so many things you want to see happen among our young people. I am very, very appreciative of that for sure. Any other suggestions? If not, if you do, just post it. I will talk about it. But I want to ask you, well, not ask you, I want to emphasize as well and join the police and the health professionals and the Minister of Health and all the concerned citizens. I want to join their voices and use this medium tonight for a brief moment and to sort of exhort our people, Portsmouth, Roseau, Grand Bay, wherever you are, Dominicans, we need to be careful with COVID-19. COVID-19 pani vision. Ici au diable. COVID-19 kachwe moon. It's not a joke. And I think some of us are actually being careless as it pertains to COVID-19. We are being careless. So tonight, the health professionals said, and the police, that it is now mandatory that we wear a mask in public. It's that serious. And if you heard the briefing tonight, you would have heard that the cases have increased in one day, in just today. How many cases were discovered of COVID in one little catchment area? This is not a joke. Friends, this is not a joke. Let us take this COVID thing more seriously. And having said that, I want to go back to that same venue I passed, where all the vehicles are usually lined up on the road down in Glanville. It's a nice hangout spot, I suspect. People like the place. Don't blame me. Don't say, I'm not judging you. But one thing I noticed when I pass there, I don't see people wearing masks. I don't see you all wearing masks. Why is that? Why is it? And you know what? For some reason, you find more women wearing masks, you know. Yes, it to me is more women that wear masks now. And men, as if they're too macho, some of them, not all, some of the brothers, yes, they are good. But some of you men, especially those of you who hang out in those areas, you're too macho to put on a mask. Hmm? But remember, COVID do have face. And COVID not choosing if it's man, woman, child to attack. None of us wants COVID, my friends. Let us be more responsible. Let us exercise more caution. Please, we need to exercise more caution in those places. Yes, you want to hang out, no problem. But wear your mask. Stay the distance. I seen people close up, transport pack up next to each other, and people, as if we don't care. Or you're not hearing, man. And maybe Portsmouth people may be saying, well, is Taro that be, or is Jimmy, or is Kenfield, or is wherever. Well, true. But we know what happens. Some people work in Roseau, some people work in Jimmy, some people work all about. The place small. You don't need a plane to get from one point to the other, my friends. And some of us are being careless still. Let us be more responsible. I'm saying it tonight because we have been asked and encouraged to encourage people to be more responsible, to take precautionary measures. This COVID thing is not a joke. It's not a joke. And it's not panic. I'm not panicking at all. But it is necessary for us to emphasize that. Young people, you are not too young to get COVID. And young people die from COVID too. So please, let us be responsible. Let us do exercise the necessary protocols. Let us respect the laws that are put for us for our own safety and well-being and that of the neighbor. If you love your family, you will take care of yourself. You can go out there, have a strong immune system. Maybe COVID might attack you, you might survive, but you bring it home to your granny or your auntie or somebody whom you love or you claim to love. If you really love them, you will be cautious. Please, let us be a bit more responsible, my friends. I think it's very important. I really, really wanted to say tonight because it is necessary. It is necessary for us. And this upcoming, Independence Weekend, we have to also, even when you're doing the community Kudme, I know we are going out to do different activities. Let us remember to be responsible, even when we're working out there and not just having fun. Let us be responsible. COVID is no joke. We can look all around us and see, okay? It's right there. So I really wanted to emphasize that because it is a major concern to me. And more the cases are like, they come in like that. One case can destroy a whole nation. That's why I say one case can destroy a whole nation. All right? Now, those of us who pray, we really have to pray that devil out. Seriously. We have to keep praying and asking God to open a way for us so that we can get rid of this monster. I don't know who, how, but I believe God. God has the answer. I don't. And in his own time. But in the meantime, we have to take precaution. We have to pray and we have to do what it takes to protect us and the next person. Okay? When you give somebody a ride, if a person not wearing a mask, you have to ask them to wear a mask. If they don't want to wear a mask, you might have to ask them to excuse themselves. Get off, nicely. I can't give you a ride because you don't have a mask. It has to be that serious. No. It's not that you want to be selfish, but you have to protect yourself and your family. Okay, so let us be responsible. Bus drivers, I'm not calling you out, but I'm just telling you, especially you all at risk, and passengers on your vehicles because people are close to each other. Please wear the mask. Don't overload the buses. You won't die. You won't die if you lost $1. Protect your life instead. So I just want to say these things because I think it's necessary to say them. Patricia here says yesterday in the US, there were almost 88,600 cases of COVID in one day. I boast on how my island did so well. Now I'm getting very concerned. Yes, a lot of, and maybe we said it too well, and maybe we were too, everybody, oh, we're doing well. Yes, I agree. It's great to celebrate. But sometimes we don't have to tell people how good we're doing. Because if we do, then they might start taking things for granted. And maybe that's the problem. Let us still keep the momentum of being cautious. So I really want to emphasize that tonight, okay? I think I spoke enough about that. I'm hoping that going for the weekend and the rest of the time, we will have a, you know, by the way, before I wrap that up, someone called me this morning and she said, Miss Paul, I think we, instead of having our cell phones in our hands everywhere we're going, we need to replace our cell phones with our mask in our hand. And I thought, wow, you know, that making good sense because most times we have it in a bag, we have it somewhere, you know. And most people have their phones. If you see them, they have their phone in their back pocket, their phone in their front pocket, their phone in their hand. Well, yes, we need to we need to have the mask. I mean, I don't like the mask. I hate it for that matter. I don't like wearing a mask. But the point is, we have to wear it for our own safety. It will contribute to our safety. So yes, instead of the phone, you remember the phone? Well, just like I remember the phone, put the mask in a plastic on top of your phone so you will see it. You will see it, okay? Remember to wash those masks to wear. Some people have some really funny looking color mask. You pan bell, you pan net. Okay, nettoyer yo, lave yo. If they're not disposable, wash them, put them to dry, and next day take them, put them in your bag again, and stuff like that. Okay, so let's be responsible with those things. Okay, so Mary is saying, this is saying we are too complacent and the mandatory masking should be enforced. Yes, I think they're going to pass legislation very soon for that, or if that is the proper term, I think the minister said they have to go ahead and pass the necessary orders in order for people to comply. So I suppose what they're missing now is failure to do so will result in A, B, C, or D, the penalties. So we need some kind of formal paper in order for that to happen. So once that is done, I suppose we have no choice. We have to wear it in the pub. We have to wear our masks, okay? Rup said to take the show to the next level, we have to share your live. Is that okay with you? Most certainly, I would appreciate if you would share my live as often as possible. I would really love that. Encourage other people to listen and to participate. So I would certainly appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. Michelle, wherever we go in my island, we have to wear a mask, whether you are in a bus, taxi, store, or wherever. Yes, thank you for that, Michelle. We actually cannot enter the majority of shops, stores, offices in Dominica without a mask. I still see some of our bus drivers are not very, enforcing of it. So some people get away with it, but we are supposed to. Well, now it's going to be mandatory. So we won't have a choice, okay? Okay, Safari, thank you for joining us and for sharing with us. All right, Lady, they need to begin charging for lack of mask and even the improper use thereof. Okay, then. So hopefully the law will take care of that, Lady. I hope nobody has to end up getting charged. I really hope we can all just see it, comply as best. I mean, you can forget sometime, but just try to have it close by. If somebody say, hey, your mask, you can just grab it and put it on, okay? Something I see people doing, they say they have the mask, so it's right here, but it's under their chin, under here and under their chin. That's not sanitary. Please don't do that. Besides, when you have your mask on, after you put it under there was exposed, you could have gotten some, whatever virus under there, and then you take that and you put that in your face. So bear that in mind, okay? It's not the best thing to do. If you finish with your mask and you don't want to wear it, get on it, a little plastic or a little bag and put it in, keep it close to you so you can wear it again. All right, people need to have a mask in TV here, house, car, and bag. Everywhere you are there, you should have a mask. Okay, I get you. So yes, everywhere. And a mask should not be worn for more than a day, especially if it is disposable. I agree. The cloth one should be washed every day, put to dry, and can be worn again. I agree. Because we keep breathing that into that thing all the time and saliva if you're talking. And so you need to wash it because, hey, it's only basic. All right, so let us try to take care of ourselves, our respiratory health as well, for the good of all of us and our nation. Okay, well, let me thank you for that. I've spoken long enough about COVID. We spoke about the garbage, people congregating in close areas, and use of face masks. Yes. Okay, so to wrap up, I'm going to wrap up in just about a few minutes. I want to take the time to commend Mrs. Lisa Thomas. who held what was called an Independence Walk last week, and it was from the NBD at Portsmouth, NBD, all the way to the Bellall Beach, and it was a nice little walk with parents. We had more mothers and a few fathers. I think two men, pretty much 2 or 3 men, and the children who are part of the dance, the performing arts organization. I think she calls it the Full Circle Performing Arts production, something to that effect. Please forgive me, Lisa, if I don't have the proper terminology. But she's the one, she's the proprietor of that, she's the organizer as well, and she held a wonderful walk. I was happy to do the walk myself, and it was real fun. The children enjoyed it, the adults enjoyed it, and it was to promote health, mental health, emotional health, physical health as well. So she's hoping that that can happen again, and some of the patrons did ask that it happen again. So if you want to find out a little bit more about it, you can always go on my YouTube channel. You will see something referring to Made to Move. I think that's the name of the video, Made to Move. You can go ahead and look at that video and get little excerpts of what transpired and see the excitement of the children and the adults, and to hear Lisa's perspective on it as well, if you would like to do that. So I want to commend Lisa for a wonderful, wonderful activity last Saturday. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, guys. Thank you all for all the wonderful suggestions, for your commitment, for your desire to assist Christabel and the other, I think it's Tessa, but especially Christabel. So I really want to thank you all for that, and all the suggestions that you made. I'm going to take a note of them and see how we can move going forward to deal with some of them, and also in discussion with our upcoming mayor, or our soon to be inaugurated mayor of the town of Portsmouth. Okay, so I'm hoping that the mayor will join me as promised, and will certainly make a difference. The inauguration will be on Monday, 2nd of November. I don't know the time, but certainly I'm sure you will hear it on the radio, and it will probably be live anyway. Somebody will carry it live to share it with you. And let's see. All right, so if you have family, some of us will go to light our family graves, those who have passed. I know some of you may not believe in that, the rest of us do. So if you do, go ahead on Sunday evening, light the graves of your loved ones. But before that, there is a mass at 4 p.m. at the Portsmouth Catholic Church, and that mass will be followed by procession to the cemetery where those graves will be lit. So even if you're not going to do that, please go to a church, find somewhere to worship the Lord, and put him first in all that you do. Thank you, guys. Thank you for sharing so much. I appreciate all of you, and for the wonderful suggestions that you made. Okay, so go ahead and have a splendid weekend. Those of you out in the diaspora, as they say, I don't like the word, but I keep saying it. Please be cautious, as we ourselves are asked to be cautious as well. All right, happy independence. Bon indépendance. Les vive. And of course, take care of you and your loved ones. God bless. Thank you. Thank you. And once again, I say thanks to all of you.